Exactly right. All right, folks, in light of a new administration taking over the White House, my next guest is encouraging you to start your new year off right. Here to expand on that and tell us everything he knows, which is a lot, we welcome Jerry Schlutzowitz from Pacific Financial Planners.
Hi, Bree. Thanks for having me.
Welcome to the show, Jerry.
Thank you.
Welcome back. You were here not too long ago, but I think you've got some really important talking points.
Well, it's a new year.
Over. So. It is a new year. Our new president's going to be sworn in less than 2 weeks, I believe. Mm-hmm. So, in light of that, do you foresee any risks associated for investors?
Well, there's always risk, Bree, and a lot of the risk is doing the wrong thing. That a lot of investors, they just buy and hold and hope, and that's not really a strategy. I mean, it really isn't. New dynamics happen. It's a new year, it's a new time, and it's interesting though. New Year's, it's like 21% of people have trying to make more money as one of their goals. 9% want to save more money. So about 1/3 of all New Year's resolutions circle around money.
Sure.
And then when you do talk about a new administration, that statistic even goes up because people are hopeful. But things are not going to be status quo. So there's going to be changes, and there's going to be winners, and there's going to be losers. So to just hold and hope, or to roll the dice and bet it all, that's not a good strategy at all.
Mm-hmm. Right. So do you see on the flip side of that? What about any opportunities? Do you see any opportunities on the horizon?
Well, sure. I mean, it's been real clear with Trump, and remember, he was the president before, so it's not like it's a new administration. Yes, it is, but it's an administration that we've seen before.
New and improved?
I think so, to be quite honest with you. He really seems more calmer, less. I mean, he's still the same guy, but not as, I don't want to use the word, but bottom line, things like energy. There's no doubt about that the drill, baby drill, a lot of these drilling companies are way out of favor. I mean, companies that used to be over $200 a share now trading below 100, so that's down over 50%. There's some opportunity there. You look at foreign. This guy talks about MAGA. Make America great. Mm-hmm. That's a warning. In 2018, so this is what I'm talking about. We've seen it before. If you owned foreign stocks or whatever, they went way out of favor. And I review portfolios every day, from people here in the village. And I get it that the old, buy and hold and hope, let's put some foreign in there. I don't think that's necessarily a really good idea. I think there's way too much exposure to foreign investments with a new administration coming in, a Trump administration. But what will benefit is, rather than these large U.S. growth companies that have done excellent the last 2 years, especially the tech stocks, mm-hmm. small U.S. companies mostly sell domestically. Almost all their earnings happen here. Where the S&P 500, about half their earnings come from overseas. Small U.S. companies will probably do well under a Trump administration. So there could be some, portfolio adjustments, some to avoid risk and some to look for opportunity. And then again, what they call value over growth, which are things that pay dividends and income, make more sense, especially for our seniors.
Right. So what should seniors be looking for in terms of, all of this information that you're giving out? It does seem like Trump wants to bring manufacturing back to the U.S., mm-hmm. right?
Absolutely. The seniors, though, what they've got to look at is rather than looking externally about what Trump's going to do, what the new year is going to bring, would be to look at their own portfolio. And what they need is safe, reliable income streams. And I use the word safe, S-A-F-E, and said sound advice for everyone. And I, for a while, called it SAFER, sound advice for everyone's retirement, is to make sure that your income from your portfolio matches what you need after pension and after Social Security, that you have enough income, because far too many seniors here in the village sell stocks or sell mutual funds or whatever to create the income that they need. They say, well, so they're selling growth investments versus having dividend income. So if you're 73 and above and you have to take your required minimum distribution every year. If you can have that come from dividends and interest versus selling, some of your Microsoft stock or your Facebook stock or what have you, you're far better off as a strategy because it's more conservative. It's a horrible example, but I call it like owning a chicken farm, and you like chickens and you like eggs. You can kill the chickens and eat chicken all the time, or if you could just eat the eggs, you have just as much chickens that'll last you your lifetime. The eggs are the income and the dividends, right. And you want to create enough eggs or interest in dividends to create that lifestyle that you need to support for the rest of your life and not run out of money, which is what the number one concern that people have here in the village have is, do I have enough?
Exactly, and it's a really scary thought.
Yeah, it is.
So how do taxes come into play with all of this? I mean,
great point.
Are you strategizing with them on that, or?
Yeah, Bree, it's so important to take that into consideration.
Isn't that like almost the number one wealth reducing cost that we have?
Absolutely, Bree. There's no doubt about it. People don't realize, people think, well, medical care costs are the highest. And by the way, there are some changes with Social Security and Medicare that are actually going to help people going forward. And this comes from the previous administration. I'll give them credit on that, where they're capping out prescription drugs at $2,000 per year out-of-pocket cost maximum, which for some people, they're spending $5,000, $10,000 on certain prescriptions. But taxes are your number one line item for seniors year after year after year. What do they spend more money on? It's not their vacations, it's not the new car, it's not health care until maybe the end of life for some people, where health care can come up there to be number one. But year after year, it's taxes. So rather than saying, oh, I want the next Google or the next NVIDIA stock, what if we could save money on taxes legally and keep more money in your pocket? And part of that is through investing in tax deferred or tax advantaged or never taxed investments. And part of that is your withdrawal strategies, withdrawing from the right place first. So, it's a two-part deal on how you could save on taxes. It's the way you invest and the way you withdraw as well.
So
there's a better way to withdraw.
Ends.
Yeah,
right.
It's the old adage, a penny saved is a penny earned. People don't know what that means because it's a penny. But what if you said, well, $1,000 saved, through not paying more in taxes is like earning $1,000. Maybe you can get that. And that's exactly correct, is that you've got to have the right strategies, and people don't know where to withdraw from, and they mess that up all the time because they think, well, this would be taxable now. Well, maybe it's better to pay a little taxes now. Once you hit that RMD, you've got less choices. People have more control over taxes from when they retire till when they take that required minimum distribution, which is 73, than any other time in their life, unless you own your own business.
But do most of them succumb to the bullying of the IRS and just pay more than what they normally should?
Yeah, and again, I don't want to knock another industry, but CPAs are delay, defer, deflect. They're always don't pay taxes now. Their goal is to try to get you to pay the least amount of taxes. They don't do tax planning, they do tax history. When you really look at the portfolio, you got to have a good tax planner, and that's your, if it's a good qualified financial advisor like myself, that we can look at the longer term strategy and say, hey, here's what we can do. We can spread those taxes out over a longer period of time. Now, one last thing about the Trump administration incoming is I do think they're going to extend the Tax and Job Act that was set to expire at the end of this year. And I think that'll be a good thing. And I think that they might even throw in some things like the state and local taxes, what they call the SALT taxes. And that will help Californians a lot if they throw that into the new proposal, which I think they will. He said he was going to run on that. So
that'd be great. That'd be great. You have your forum coming up this Thursday, right? January 9th.
Yeah, we're going to take these subjects and just expand on it. New year, new administration, what to do. We'll talk about taxes. We'll talk about safe income strategies. And again, it's free. Everyone can come. It's a great event. You can participate. You don't have to. You don't have to sign in. You don't have to RSVP.
You don't. Just show up.
Just show up.
Yep.
Clubhouse 7, 3 to 5. Coffee and cookies.
Coffee and cookies, and bring a friend. All right, Jerry, well, I have more things to ask you, so we will see you here next time, hopefully, probably in a month, right?
Thanks a lot. Look forward to it.
Yes. All right, Jerry from Pacific Financial Planners. We thank him for being here with us. We'll be right back after the break with Fit Brain Club. Stay with us.